You got to see this now, everybody. The black people are being targeted, their whole existence, their whole race, through this Bill Cosby hoax. This represents even more hard proof that the man's being set up. And let's look at the evidence. And here it is. Here is the accuser, Jennifer Kyla Thompson. Is she telling the truth? It is stated here a resounding no. She's not the victim, she's the victimizer, as is her whole family. And the victim in this is Bill Cosby. The culprits are the accusers. How absolutely topsy-turvy and upside down, how terminally corrupt can the world get? Yet she is accusing him of sexual assault and using as a backup her mother and father, along with purportedly her husband, William Thompson. But who can make any sense of this? How can anyone believe that this is anything other than a staged event, a total hoax, a fabrication, a plot, an agenda, with Mr. Cosby being the heel, the butt end of this corruption, and his family, and his loved ones, and his friends? We do not take lightly here at nodisinfo.com to treachery and arch lies and fabrications. If the site is found to be in error on anything, we will change that or take the post down. That is not the standard that is used in the system, because lies are perpetrated maliciously and for political gain, as well as for malicious financial gain, for control, for the manipulation of the consciousness. So therefore, let the Zionist-controlled media, let them pull down all of their posts, whether it be in the tabloid-type entities like the Daily Mail or Entertainment Tonight or Hollywood Life. Let them remove all their posts about Bill Cosby where they interview these accusatory individuals without any documentary evidence, without any proof, without any investigation, as nodisinfo.com has categorically proven that these accusatory individuals are committing heinous acts, great fraud, slander and libel, and spreading vast corruption in the land. The agenda is not merely to destroy Mr. Cosby and to eliminate and purge his legacy, but to append him and prevent him from doing his family values related show. But as well, there's a tertiary agenda, which is to create this destruction of the statutory basic laws vis-a-vis rape, so that this whole rape platform potentially could be regenerated against other individuals to destroy them if they can make this one stand. If they can achieve the destruction of Mr. Cosby and all that he represents and all that his future could represent, then perhaps this will be a successful DHS-style hoax and would be regenerated against other individuals. Now let's just take a serious look at this. I survived Bill Cosby. Me as a father am surviving with my daughter. Me as a friend is a survivor. Let's take a look. Give it the benefit of the doubt. And we don't want to repeat these false allegations, but I don't really have much choice. Go ahead and repeat them here. In which she says that she was paid off. 44 years of age now, then 17, much desired acting career which never took off. But in that process, she went with Mr. Cosby in the hope that perhaps he could put her in place, and instead she was forced to fend off unwanted sexual advances, naming Mr. Cosby, who had become her mentor. That's a standard storyline in this hoax. And then sometime in the 80s, she was persuaded somehow to perform, even after being suffering advances. I mean, look at this, to perform a sex act. And then he gave her $700. I mean, this is a gross fabrication. It is slander and libel. It is demonization. But who can imagine? She's spreading all of this about one of the most famous entertainers of all time. He's a funny guy. Go back and watch some of the this old Cosby shows and so forth, and you'll be entertained. But instead, infamous cases. Alan Dershowitz with the massage, saying, "I did keep my underwear on, during the parlor massages down in the Caribbean island that was Sex Island." And everybody knows Jeffrey Epstein is a felon and a pervert sex fiend. So these individuals did pay for the sex acts and did arrange it in a premeditated way. You don't hear a word about it. And that's part of the plot, is to keep this hidden and instead attack an innocent black man, Mr. Cosby. They are spreading great corruption in the land. And then, of course, they're added by their collaborators, a wide range of paid moles and crisis actors. These are crisis actors. William Thompson, Jennifer Kyla Thompson, Mother and Father Thompson, Bill and Judy. They are definitely paid. There's no way you're going to do this for absolutely free. And this is the same kind of crisis acting, but with a different bent, as we saw in the Boston smoke bombing hoax, as well as Sandy hoax, as well as the litany of other hoaxes and fakes and frauds perpetrated on the human race in the last uh, decade by the arch-Zionist controlled DHS, which is funded by the people's tax dollars and hard-earned money. It could just not get any more corrupt and inane than this. But they are viciously slandering him. Make no mistake about it. And they are doing it for their own wretched gains. Here you have it here. Let's look. Our daughter survived Bill Cosby, 1988, New York City. Sure, right. Read from that script. It sounds like a very traumatic experience. I survived him. I mean, what a vicious targeting of an individual. And all the photographers, all the cliques are there to capture all this. And so it is absolutely wrong. We stand against it. The world must stand against it, and the man must be vindicated, and that vindication must be immediate. So here you see it in close up. It doesn't appear that anybody's in, too dire of straits over this. Let's expand that a little bit more and take a look over here. Yeah, everybody's pretty happy character. Look at that. So, I mean, what are we going to do about this, people? We're going to let this stand? We're going to let this abuse against the human race go uncontested? Let us not for a minute allow this to be spread any further. In fact, the rape and the rapine and the debauchery is against the Cosby family. They are the victims in this, not the accusers. And now you see this CARE entity. So this is a stage, CARE 2, corruption. And you have also the no rape culture, and 10,000 members and signatures and 100,000 descending, and the Confederate flag descending. Leave the flag alone. And also the descending on Mr. Cosby's medals, and of course Temple. He's already had to resign from that facility. But let's just take a close look, have a look in the video, and see what we can find further to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're telling the truth. Maybe somehow, some way, we've got it wrong. We are willing to give them the benefit of the doubt to see if any of these individuals are really in anguish and grieving and pain and the remembrance of such a traumatic act, an event of a mentor, a person given full trust, who was presumed to be the most kind and generous of persons to help me in my career, and then he raped me, or he sexually accosted me, and I had to perform that act to get an advance in my career. That is the storyline, people. Does it make any sense? It happens in real life, but the people who are doing it, the arch-Zionist moguls of Hollywood, are not under the scrutiny. They're not on the hot plate. An innocent black man is being destroyed. His family trying to defend him, and when they attempt to defend him, they are chastised and tormented. Do you not see what's going on? And so, yeah, she wrote a letter to Mrs. Cosby. Sure she did. Prove it. Prove that you mailed it, because that would be strong evidence. That's also fake. She probably had it typed up by the producers and given to her, but I'm sure it was never posted. But anyway, she's supposed to be, tearful and crying and sad in this interview. And let's take a look at what happens. And here she is just before going into character. It's really very similar to the Robbie Parker thing. And so here she is, and she goes to this mode, and the eyes flick up, and she's supposed to be crying and so forth and so on. But what happens next? What's going on here? and we've got that smirk on record. Here, look, at 1:58 in the video, this is hard, absolute proof. You cannot have staging. You cannot have staging of grief. You cannot have staging of anguish and of tears and of tissue to the face with no tears unless the whole thing's fake. So, but here's what is it very interesting. In quickly captured screenshots, first of all, at 1:58 in the video, this is seen where on the instruction from the camera person, someone's talking to her, someone's pointing to her, she nods her head up and down. And then this is what's going on. Little by little, you see this facial expression, then this, then she's getting into character here. Look, then this. She's absolutely getting into character now. See the sequence. Then here, then the tongue out, which is a standard in some of the lying. Then the more serious look. And then look. Fake. She goes here, just as in Sandy Hoax, Carly Soto's, definitely Boston, all of them. And here we have it. Here's the proof. She's faking the tears. There's no question about it. And this actual sexual assault, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, never occurred. There you go. So hoax is confirmed. It's not just he said, she said, or I wasn't there, or I don't know, or maybe there was something in the past, or hey, he's an entertainer, anything could happen. Everybody knows that. This is a hoax. It's no less a hoax than Sandy Hook. Same deal. Same corrupt cabal, same look, lavender everywhere, same setup stage. And now this is a pretty novel technique to Thompson herself. We've seen it before in a few, but this is the arch thumb to the fake crying eye tactic. And of course, this one's probably the most revealing, and where she's absolutely smirking while she's faking the cry. This is a fake, a fraud. There's no question about it. This is the corrupt Jewish mob of Hollywood, which has set its target sights on finalizing the complete destruction. It's been going on for decades of this man. And also keep in mind that his son was assassinated by a controlled hit. Be more on that later.